Well, here we are at the end of another week, or virtually. The fuselage has been primed, all this white stuff, this white primer. The other side has, well, both sides have been sanded, the other side's been recoated. This is still a little bit rough. It'll be sanded again one more time. And then it'll be ready to start the actual paint colour finish. I've pretty much got the colours. I've had the colours sorted out for ages, but I've actually got the process. What I want to paint first, what comes next, and so that'll unfold. Hopefully, you'll see some of it next week. I should go pretty close to getting it totally finished next week. Let's go and have a look at some other stuff. We'll go over this direction. The wings are no change. No change that you can see. I've been installing the wingtips. They've been drilled on. There they are, there on the bench. They've been drilled on and they're pretty reasonable, but they're not. My intention is to paint them. They'll be painted the same colour as the wings. Once the wings are painted, then the tips will be riveted on. So the rivets holding them on won't be painted, but the wing tips will be. Now these are the ailerons. These are the two lower ailerons. These two wings that are under the blue tarpaulins have not been painted, but the ailerons have. They came up pretty reasonable, probably better than the earlier paint jobs, but anyway, yeah, they're pretty good. They're ready to install. I just finished buffing out these the bearing points. This is late model aileron bearings. The earlier ones were basically a riv nut that was that had the threads drilled out of it, which was sort of fairly howdy-doody. This is a much nicer. Can't really see it properly. This is a much nicer way to go. But yeah, that's it. I've taken the brown paper off the front. I know where I want my curves, and I know what radius I want my curves. So that's pretty reasonable. My wing root fairings are still strapped onto these pieces of wood. The objective here is to a combination of strapping them down to the wood and sitting them outside in the sun, is to get them to take up a new shape. And we're fairly well there. I'm going to have to unstrap them fairly soon because my stripes actually, the stripe will come here somewhere. There's the engine end, the business end. The stripes will come up here somewhere and probably go, the intersect fairing will come up to about here. And so the top of the intersect fairing will be a little tiny bit different colour, like massively different to the rest of the fairing. So they'll have to be installed when I start marking things up. And then I can paint them later. The paint shop, nothing. Completely bare. Oh no, there's one wingtip down there. The other wingtip should be ready to go as well, and I'll paint the primer, Eco Prime, onto the wingtip. There's a couple of little areas that I'm not real happy about. This is simply how the glue attached the glue managed to attach itself to the substructure in a couple of places. In particular here along the along this like sill panel. Now that will eventually have some leather binding over the top, so you'll never see this. But I'm not doing that straight away. I intend getting the aeroplane in the air before, well, while I'm still young. So yeah, that will go on, and it will cover this gluing arrangement here, where the fabric managed to touch some of the substructure and glued itself to it before it could be shrunk. Yeah, so there's the, looks very skinny, looks a bit like me. Not. So yeah, anyway, there we go, that's it for the week. I've got to tease you now. Try and get your feet off the ground if you can, you know that. We've probably got a few storms this afternoon. I'll show you the weather. What the heck? Yeah, it's looking a bit ordinary in the weather department, but that should blow through tonight, and then tomorrow I've always found that flying straight after a front has passed through, or weather has passed through, can be really, really nice. Can be really clear, and it can be quite stable air. So hopefully tomorrow will be really good. I am flying tomorrow. We're flying for brunch. And yeah, it's probably, I don't know, an hour's flying time away, something like that. So I'm getting my feet off the ground, so I encourage you to get yours off the ground as well. Okay, that's about it for this week. I didn't, it doesn't look like I've achieved very much, but yeah, when you start sanding something as big as a fuselage, that tends to slow you down a little bit. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. But anyway, that's it. I'll try and show you as I go next week, not an update at the end of the week. I'll try and do some videos through the week, because what I'm doing is just simply something that I want to do, not necessarily the best way to do things. But anyway, that's it. Go and get your feet off the ground if you can. I'll talk to you next week. Bye now.